So when, you know, the last couple of years, the owner wanted to, you know, sell it. He's getting older. He didn't want to keep up with the upkeep. And so we did. I mean, he had signs out front for sale. But he never told us, well, he probably didn't even know at the time that, you know, the water people wanted it, you know, to put in this 30 million gallon a day pump station to pump the water from the river, probably like 25 miles up the mountains. You know, what happens in a few months when the water level gets to be so low that they tell the farmers they're not welcome to draw water from our river? We found out in the newspaper. And then the owner came around a day after saying the park has been sold, you guys have to move. They were offering us $2,500 to find a new place to move to. And to move any mobile home in this park in this day and age runs between $6,000 and $10,000. And then, okay, that's my trailer right there. Mine's only a 12-foot wide. They don't accept 12-foot wides. It has to be 14 foot. You know, I mean, you have to put something on the board of the planning commission, and then normally it has to be voted on in 3 different meetings, and then it gets approved. Well, it seems like anything that has to do with the gas and the water people, I mean, it's just going right through township supervisors meetings, and it's approved. We haven't heard anything from any representative, congressman, anybody in Pennsylvania that has a word to say to us, you know, to try to help us out. Once a new owner picks up this, you know, owns this land, he can do whatever he wants. Well, you know, we know that. You know, that, you know, he could turn this into something else. But to literally take 32 families and give them a month or two, now as of today, they raised it to June 1st for us to be out. But like me, I mean, I just got on disability here about 4 months ago. When you're on SSI, you get a limited amount of money, you know, and I pay my bills, I do that, and all that, but here I am with a mobile home that's not even acceptable in a park. A lot of phone calls and dealing with the media, and I'm personally gonna be the last one out of this park, and because I'm fighting this all the way tooth and nail to the end. I mean, they're going to have to come with the sheriff's office and take me away in handcuffs.
Do you think there's a more appropriate way for them? Is it because they're trying? Do you think there's a more appropriate place for them to do it, to get the water, rather than here?
Well, we're going to walk down.
All right.
He got a letter yesterday from the aqua company that owns the property now, and he's the one that told us that our original move-out date was May 1st. That we were given until June 1st, but we're still wondering, you know, well, we're not wondering, we want more money, you know, because we can't move on the $2,500 offer that they offered us.
So is it really the person who owns the whole property that gave the short notice and is only offering that much money, or is it the company behind that?
It's the company behind it. They hired a local real estate agent to offer us, you know, the $2,500. That was if we were out by the end of this month. Then after that, it went down to $1,500. And then yesterday I found out they moved it back up to $2,500 by June 1st. And but that's not going to cut it, you know. I mean, there's a guy up here that's working his darndest to help a lot of us. Just setting the, I mean, you see, mobile homes are set on cinder blocks all these years. It's never been a problem. Now, what they want you to do is they want to make you pour. You're going to drill a hole, and you have to pour a cement, like a pilaster whole thing. And so then that's the sturdy concrete in the ground. Then they'll use their wood to level it up exactly, but they don't want cinder blocks anymore. And we've had cinder blocks for as long as we've been mobile homes. You know, and you go to planning commission meetings and you go to all this, and it's everything's corporate run. You know, the little guy doesn't matter anymore. And I mean, I know darn well that, you know, yeah, a 3 million gallon a day pump isn't going to fill up this field. There's no way. And
a 3 gallon a day pump is not going to fill up this field?
no, 3 million, it's 3 million gallon a day. That it's going to be a pump, and then there's going to be, like any city, when they run their water pipes and their gas lines underground, they're going to do the same thing with the water. They're going to, you know, I don't know if they'll dig up this pavement, you know, but then they're going to go all the way out to the highway, down the highway, and then they're going to cross underneath throughout 220 and go 15 miles north of that, and then all the way up on top of these mountains, so they, you know, so they can get all the water that they need, you know, to do their fracking. If you stood around here for one day and counted the amount of water tankers that you see on the highway, and I'm sure you saw some once you got on 220 when you were traveling here, beautiful, almost brand new tankers that these people went out and bought because they were guaranteed like $3,000 a week, you know, for as far as your eye can see, those farmlands. And 2 summers ago, the farmers were told that they weren't allowed to draw any water out of the river because the river was getting too low. So now here we didn't even have a winter. You might as well say we didn't even have a winter. Normally there's 2 feet of snow melt on the mountains sticking down, help replenish the water supplies. There's nothing of that. I mean, right now, as of this morning, the long range weather forecast, no rain in sight. So here they are, they're going to be coming in and building this multi-million-dollar pump to start pumping all this water, and then that's where a lot of the activists are going to start voicing their opinion, saying, whoa, you know, 2 years ago we couldn't pump 1,000 gallons an hour because, you know, we need to feed our crops over there.